Hey guys, it's Christy and I'm here today to share with you the books that I read from the months of April through June. I have a pretty long list here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's just on my iPad mini Ingrid. And I was gonna get the books and show them all to you, but I mean, I've pretty much mentioned or showed you these books in previous videos, so I'm just gonna give you the list and tell you what I thought about it. The first book I read was I've Got You Under My Skin by Mary Higgins Clark, and this was a great read. I like Mary Higgins Clark. She's quick. If I'm looking for just something I want to pick up and fly through, she's usually my go-to author, either that or James Patterson. I really liked this book, and then I found out it was going to be part of a series, and oh gosh, I don't know what kind of series have kind of been been, you know, turning me off lately, so I don't know if I'll pick up any more. The next two books I read are by Liane Moriarty. The first is Big Little Lies, which I've already, I mean, I can't talk about that book anymore. It's highly impossible. I loved it. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend anybody reading it. And the second book is The Husband's Secret, and that's also by her, and that was a great book too. I liked Big Little Lies just a smidgen more, but both great books. The next book I read was Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, and I thought this was a great book. It was compared to, like, supposedly the next Gone Girl or whatever. They compare a lot of books to Gone Girl. I saw a couple of similarities maybe with characters that you absolutely love to hate, but otherwise it's its own book, and I wouldn't compare it to anything. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great book. I'm pretty sure I gave it either a 4 or a 5 out of 5. I do recommend reading it if you like psychological thrillers, because it blew me out of the water. The next book I read was Hold Me Closer by David Levithan. I was not into this book. I think it was because the hype, there was too much hype surrounding it. I thought it was going to be one of those books that just blew me away, and I'm pretty sure I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Next is The Madman's Daughter, and that's by Megan Shepherd. I absolutely was enthralled by this book. It was so different from anything I had ever read, and I would recommend it to anybody. It was just, it was really good. I would definitely recommend you getting on that boat. It's part of a series. I haven't continued on with the series. I kind of got my good enough ending, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna go on. Next book is Paper Towns, obviously, by John Green. That one's getting a lot of hype. There's a movie surrounding it. I thought the book was overhyped. That's it. That's all I have for you there. I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it was just it was overhyped. Next was Splintered by A.G. Howard, and I can't go on about this book anymore either, because that's all I've done. Part of a trilogy. It's a take on Alice in Wonderland. It's an amazing book, and the font is different colored, which I absolutely thought was so, it just made it more fun to read, I think, and I highly recommend that. I gave that 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Go for that one. Next I read Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. I thought it was a really good book. I didn't love it. I guess there was just too much hype surrounding it. I read a lot of books within these couple of months that were really hyped up, and I was sadly disappointed. Next was Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I was not disappointed by this book. She makes you laugh. I would definitely read that book if you're in the mood for just a good giggle. She's a funny girl. Next was I Just Seen, an analog memoir, and this book had a lot of hype behind it, and it was worth all the hype. I Just Seen, she has her channel here on YouTube. She is just, she's something else. She's funny, she has a great personality, and this is just her story of, you know, where she came from, how she got where she is. If you make YouTube videos, I highly suggest you read that book, because it was nice to, you know, see that she started sitting in a room with her phone, you know what I mean, like just videoing a phone bill or whatnot, and went viral. It's a good story. I would definitely go for that. The next book that I read was Sharp Objects by Gillian or Gillian Flynn. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. So this book was a reread. I read it, I don't know how long ago. I want to say I was in high school, and it must have just gone way over my head at that point, because I had it rated as maybe 3 on Goodreads. Well, I reread it, and I gave that book a 5. 5 out of 5 stars. If you want to read another book that, you know, gives you the twists and turns like Gone Girl, there's your book to read. Anything by her. She knows what she's doing. I heard that it's going to be made into a movie. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that it is. I plan on rereading her other book, Dark Places. Pretty sure that one's going to be made into a movie too. I actually think that one's already like gung-ho into movie phase. But she has this way of writing, keeping you on your toes, and then completely like blindsiding you with what happens. And at first you're like, what? But then you're like, wow, that was... I surprisingly liked that awful move that this person just made. So, I feel like Gone Girl, seriously, just go for her books. Don't compare. I don't know, I get frustrated when books are compared to other books. And the last book that I haven't finished it yet. I only have a little bit left. It's A Storm of Swords, which I just mentioned in my June favorites. 3rd book in the Game of Thrones series. Best book I have read in the Game of Thrones series thus far. And I will be finishing this before July 1st for sure. So that's why I'm throwing it up here. And I'm staying steady, very steady towards my 1 book a week goal, which is what I wanted to accomplish this year. 52-ish books would be amazing to read. I'll continue to do these videos every 3 months, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have similar opinions or even different opinions about any of the books I mentioned, please leave them down below. You can follow me on Twitter, and you know, we can have a chat about them. Hey, how fun would that be? I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.